Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Hasna and my official number is A1M224O12. I am from class 8. Okay, today our group will present two fascinating phonological process, assimilation and dissimilation. In spoken language, sounds are not always produced separately. They often influence one another, either to make articulation easier or to avoid confusion. The two main processes we will discuss today are assimilation, when two different sounds become more alike, and dissimilation, when two identical or similar sounds become different. The term of assimilation comes from the Latin word similis, which means similar. So, assimilation is the process of adjustment in which one phoneme becomes more similar to the neighboring phoneme. Okay, the main purpose of assimilation is to make pronunciation easier. Our tongue and speech organs naturally seek the most efficient way to move from one sound to another. Imagine we are saying impossible quickly. It's easier if the word "n" changed to match the following "p" becoming impossible. Okay, the next is type of assimilation. The first is based on direction. Assimilation based on direction consists of regressive assimilation. Assimilation can be classified according to its direction. The first type is regressive assimilation, also called right-to-left assimilation. The first sound is influenced by the following sound. The upcoming sound affects the one before it. For example, in Indonesian, the prefix "man" plus timbun becomes menimbunkan, not quiet. Naturally, we say menimbunkan. The word "n" in "man" changed to the word "m" because of the following bilabial sound, the word "b" in timbun. So, the word "n" become the word "m." Okay. Example in English. Impossible become impossible. The word "n" changed to the word "m" because of the following bilabial "p." Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you for the attention.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Nur Fatimah with student number A1M224020 from class 8. Okay, previously we learned about regressive assimilation, where the second sound influences the first sound. Now we will look at its opposite, progressive assimilation. What is progressive assimilation? Simple put, it is a process where the first sound influences the second sound. Imagine the first sound inviting or infecting. The sound after it to become similar, the influence moves forward from left to right. Okay, why does this happen? Just like the previous type of assimilation, it's to make our speech smoother and more efficient. Let's look at some examples. The first example in Indonesian, tahu plus lah becomes tahulah. Try saying tahulah quickly and naturally. What happens? Often the U sound from tahu influences the pronunciation of lah, making it sound like tahulah. The I sound, which should be clear, is somewhat pulled towards the U sound before it. Next, buku plus ku becomes bukuku. When said quickly, it often sounds like bukuku, where the first U sound influences the vowel in ku. The pronunciation of in words like dingin or langit. The word and sound followed by the word G or K often assimilates into N like the in sing. This is a progressive example because the nasal sound, the word N, adjusts its point of articulation to match the following plosive sound, the word G or K. The second example in English. The S suffix for plural or possessive cats pronounces as the word S because T is a voiceless sound. Next, dogs. Pronunciation the word Z because G is a voiced sound. Here, the first sound, the end of the word, influences how the S suffix. The second sound is pronounced the S suffix for past tense, walken. Pronounces the word T because K is a voiceless sound. Player pronounces the word E because Y is a voiced sound. The principle is the same. The last sound of the verb influences the pronunciation of the ending. Okay, so in conclusion, assimilation, both regressive and progressive, is all about becoming similar to create fluency in speech. It's as if our tongue takes a shortcut so it doesn't have to move too much. Now, let's reverse the question. What happens if the sounds are too similar and actually make them difficult to pronounce or even create ambiguous meaning? For example, try saying this word 5 menit. Can you feel it? Our tongue seems to trip because it has to pronounce two M sounds in a row. Or imagine the phrase kelapa lombok. Those two L sounds posed together are quite challenging to say quickly, right? Well, this is where we move into a new and exciting topic, dissimulation. However, my friend will be the one to explain dissimulation. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Good afternoon, I am Hasabila and with official number A1M2240016 and I will discuss the process opposite to assimilation and dissimulation. Dissimulation comes from singulars with the prefix this meaning not or part, apart. So, dissimulation is the process which is to identical or nearly identical phonemes change to become different. To avoid excessive repetitions or a word that make a word sound strong or confusing, it is like an opposite kind of economy in speech. Imagine the word purple being difficult to pronounce if it had two consecutive or the word R sounds. Over time, language tend to change such sounds to make them more distinct and easier or articulate. Example: Latin, Spanish, or English. The Latin word reunions pilgrim had two words are sounds over time. The word changes to the word "il" to differentiate it from second one. Spanish. Peregrino or style keeps both or the word is but similar example is such as arbol from Latin arbor. Example word in Indonesian in one word or first speech. In first speech, one may say salah instead of salah to avoid consecutive. The word age repetition style this is non-standard. We can conclude that assimilation and simulation are two natural phonological process in language. Assimilation makes sounds more similar for efficient articulation. Dissimulation makes sounds different for clarity and to avoid excessive repetitions. Both process how dynamic and adaptive human language is in everyday use. I think that's all our presentation. Thank you for watching and I close by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.